Welcome to Easy English with Vlad. Today we travel back almost 2,000 years to a Roman city full of life, color, and laughter. A city that disappeared in a single day, but was never forgotten. This is the story of Pompeii, the city frozen in time. In the 1st century AD, Pompeii stood proudly near the Bay of Naples, bathed in sunlight. Streets were lined with villas, fountains splashed in marble courtyards, and markets buzzed with voices selling olives, wine, and bread. Children played on stone pavements, artists painted walls with bright red and gold, and families gathered around clay ovens. Life in Pompeii felt eternal. Above the city rose Mount Vesuvius, calm and green. The people believed it was a friendly mountain that guarded them. They did not know it was one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world. Pompeii was alive, and its people dreamed of tomorrow. Pompeii's rhythm never stopped. Farmers brought grapes from the hills. Merchants filled amphorae with wine for Rome. Fishermen returned with nets of silver fish. In villas, mosaics sparkled under torchlight, and frescoes showed gods, heroes, and lovers. People visited bathhouses to relax and talk politics. The amphitheater echoed with cheers as gladiators fought for fame. The city was small but full of pride. Roman discipline mixed with Southern joy. Every wall, every statue, every meal spoke of beauty and comfort. No one noticed the faint trembling under their feet or the tiny puffs of smoke from Vesuvius's peak. Strange things began to happen. Wells ran dry. Dogs barked at the sky. Birds flew away and never returned. Some people whispered that the gods were angry. On August 24th, 79 AD, at dawn, Vesuvius gave its first roar, deep, thunder-like, shaking the earth. People ran into the streets, confused but curious. At noon, a column of dark ash rose miles high, turning day into night. Stones rained from the sky. Roofs cracked. Panic filled the air. The wise tried to flee. The stubborn stayed, believing the storm would end. But it was only beginning. By afternoon, Vesuvius exploded again. Louder, deadlier. Lava and fire burst from its heart. Ash thickened the air, turning everything gray. People covered their faces with cloth, gasping for breath. Temples, homes, and statues vanished under falling debris. Families huddled together, praying. Some ran toward the sea, hoping for ships. Others tried to hide in cellars. The air grew heavy with heat and darkness. It was not night. It was the end. Late at night, a giant wave of ash and hot gas rushed down the mountain. Faster than any horse, hotter than fire. It swallowed the city in seconds. Those who remained were trapped instantly. Life froze at that moment. People, animals, even fruit on the tables. Silence followed. Pompeii was gone. The mountain returned to stillness. The world forgot the city that once sang with laughter. For nearly 1,700 years, Pompeii slept beneath thick layers of ash and pumice. Villages rose above it. People farmed the soil without knowing what lay beneath. Then in the 18th century, a group of workers digging for water discovered walls, frescoes, and strange shapes. They had found the lost city of Pompeii. Archaeologists began careful work, brushing away centuries of silence. Slowly, houses, streets, and temples emerged again, perfectly preserved. As archaeologists dug deeper, they found human shapes, hollow spaces in the hardened ash. When they filled these spaces with plaster, human figures appeared, men, women, and children frozen in their final moments. People saw expressions of fear, love, and peace. A mother shielding her child, a man holding his dog. These figures brought the past back to life. Pompeii was no longer a legend. It was a mirror of humanity, a time capsule showing how people lived and died 2,000 years ago. Through the ruins, archaeologists discovered Pompeii's heart: bakeries with burnt loaves, graffiti on walls, amphorae of wine still sealed. The city spoke. It told stories of merchants, artists, lovers, and dreamers. In Pompeii's theaters, echoes of laughter seemed to return. In homes, the paintings of gods still smiled. The tragedy had preserved beauty. Like a photograph of time itself, Pompeii became a lesson for the world. It taught that life is fragile and nature is powerful. It showed how quickly everything can change and how memory can survive even the worst disaster. Today, visitors walk those ancient streets, hearing the same wind and seeing the same mountain. They remember the people who once lived, worked, and dreamed there. Pompeii still has secrets. Modern archaeologists use technology to uncover hidden buildings, frescoes, and even streets buried under centuries of soil. Ground-penetrating radar, drones, and 3D modeling allow experts to explore without destroying fragile ruins. New findings show how Romans decorated homes, how shops and workshops were organized, and even what people ate. Scientists continue to study human remains to understand health, diet, and daily life in ancient Pompeii. Visitors today can see these discoveries and imagine the lives of Pompeii's citizens, frozen in history but alive in the present. Pompeii reminds us that careful study and curiosity can bring the past back to life, teaching lessons about human civilization that remain relevant today. Pompeii is more than ruins. It is a story of humanity, art, and survival. It reminds us that every day is precious and every moment is history. The people of Pompeii are gone, but their city still speaks through stone, color, and silence. Their laughter may be lost, but their story lives forever. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more cinematic English stories about history and human courage. Every week, we explore a new story from our world to help you learn English through imagination. See you in the next adventure.